Hey guys, welcome back. Whew. Hello, I'm surprised to see you here on a day other than Sunday. I have something I want to ask Takano. Is she here today? No, she must be on a date with Risa-san. I wish I had a date too. Why do you call him Risa? I don't understand. You should ask him for yourself. It was a small mistake I made when we first met. It was funny how he reacted. I don't get it. That's what nicknames are all about, though. What did you want to talk to her about? I'll see her at a meeting tonight, so I'll take a message if you want. Thank you very much, but I'd rather talk to her directly. Oh, I see. Alright, I should get back to my work now. Are you not seeing any patients today? I've been busy with paperwork for the meeting tonight. I've been preparing it for a while, but I didn't have enough time. I'll get in trouble if it's not finished in time. Aren't you busy coaching the baseball team too? You have so much energy. I'm such a busy guy. I've been looking for a keep mate who would take care of the chores and help me with other work, but I've had no such luck. He left and looked at his watch. He seemed to be in a hurry. Do you have any idea where Takano is right now? They're probably going around to different places in the village. I know they always meet at the shrine. She left not too long ago, so she might still be somewhere near there. I looked at the clock on the wall. I must have just missed her. This is no time to make check it, Mr. Irie. Thank you very much. I'll try the shrine. You shouldn't bother those lovers since they only see each other 4 times a year. He smiled mischievously and waved his hand in goodbye. I headed back to the shrine. I was going to park my bike by the stairs that led to the shrine grounds. Satoko and I are the only people who park our bikes there normally, but I saw more than 10 bikes there today. People must be gathering at the convention room. There are more and more meetings when the Minagoroshi festival draws closer. Seeing all these bikes reminded me that summer is nearly here. Most of the bikes were old and beat up. However, I saw 2 unfamiliar ones parked there. They were sporty mountain bikes with the same design but different colors. They must belong to Takano and Tamatake. I went up the stairs to look for the 2 of them, but I couldn't find either. Was there any place with a great view for taking pictures? I tried looking in places like that, but I still couldn't find them. So I started looking based on what Takano might be interested in. I could only think of one place. How is it, Jiro-san? It's a pretty simple lock. All I need is the right tool. I should be able to open it in a minute. You can do that. You open the lock to my heart, but that's not the only thing you're good at, huh? I'm gonna curse you. The 2 of them jumped in surprise as I suddenly appeared in front of them. Hello, Rika-chan. It wasn't nice of you to scare us like that. It's not nice to try and open the ritual storehouse's lock either. She's right, Takano-san. We can do something like that. Tamataka conceded right away, but Takano was stubborn. She made up excuses to try and fool me. Based on my previous lives, I knew just how much interest she had in the storehouse. It was actually rather impressive how hard she tried to cover that up. The ritual storehouse is full of the remainder of the dark history of Onagafuchi. It contains bloody and vicious tools that Takano is fascinated with. She should have a good idea as to what those things are inside of the storehouse based on what she has been researching. She's making up some story about cultural treasures and such, but it's obvious that she was just making excuses. Tomotaki also seemed impressed listening to Takano's funny justifications. In the past, I tried to conceal what was inside of the storehouse from Takano because I don't want her spreading information about the holy and brutal traditions they used to have in Onagafuchi village. It would have been a disgrace. As a member of the Fude family, I can't let that happen. Looking at the history of Onagafuchi in the way Takano does is a painful thing for Henyu as well. For Henyu, the ritual storehouse is a special place. I don't know what's so nice about the being surrounded by those scary ritual tools, but when she feels cozy, when she's surrounded by the smell of old times, the storage is like Henyu's hideout. When I can't see her, she's usually relaxing in there. I don't want Henyu's happy place to be turned into the bloody, horrifying den of evil Takano believes it to be. That's why I've been keeping Takano away from the ritual storehouse. Come to think of it, why am I so mean to her? Is it because I hate her? I should stop feeling that way. I have to keep in close contact with Takano and Tamatake. I won't give up just because it didn't work before. I'm going to try one more time. This world is different from the other ones. I might be able to change your fate, which in turn might change my own. Henyu, I'm thinking about showing the ritual storehouse to Takano. Henyu made an irritated face. Takano will lose herself in ecstasy if she sees us inside of there. She'll run around spreading rumors of the bloody history of Onagafuchi, and he wasn't too excited about that prospect. I'm not trying to curry favor with Takano, but I think it might give me a chance to talk to her. Takano holds on to grudges, so if I'm mean to her now, she might not listen to me later. I understand how Henry doesn't want her inside this holy place, but she could do anything more than be irritated about it. I'm the only one who can make the ultimate decision. Besides, she'll forgive me if I promise to eat some sweets later. Takano, if you will keep it a secret, I'll let you in. Really? Inside the ritual storehouse? You don't mean inside the emergency shelter, right? I mean it. I'll let you into the ritual storehouse. You mean this storehouse inside of this building? I'm not trying to trick you or anything. I'll let you inside. Neepa. Neep. Okay. I've never seen such a big smile on her face before. Now this is a miracle. I'm seeing this face for the first time in 100 years. Tomotaki must be feeling the same way. His image of Takano was slowly falling apart as we spoke, I'm sure. No, maybe he just found a new side of her to love instead. I'm surprised that Takano is actually such a funny person. Communication is important. It's something so hard to tell what people are all about. We remained there and watched Takano spinning in delight for a while. This is a secret, so no one can see us going inside. You're right. I'll try and calm her down. I'll go get the keys now. By the time I came back with the key, Takano was totally calm again. She was obviously trying to hide how gleeful she was, though. I thought she was a mature lady, but she might be a kid at heart. I think they call that something like Gatmo or Moimo. I don't know how it's pronounced really. I picked that a term at some point from Kichi, but I'm still not sure how it's used. Well then, Tomokono and Tomotake, before we go inside, you must promise me something. Otherwise, you can't go in. Of course, you're willing to break the rules to open the forbidden storehouse for us. We'll keep our promises. Takano-san, you have to take this seriously. I'm taking this seriously. My image of Takano is falling to pieces right now. Same here, her market is crushing all over the world. I mean, I said it before, it's not a good idea to think about problems all on your own. I always hated the crazy part of Takano and I didn't want to be close to her, but I never thought she could act this way. She was acting almost like Rina does when in her cute mode. Had I known that she was a person as this, I would have felt resentment toward her. I wouldn't have, okay. I realize how important communicating can be. First of all, you have to promise you won't tell anybody that you went inside the storehouse. Do not tell anyone. Of course I won't, I promise. Takano put her hands to her chest. She also forced Tomotaku to do the same. It was funny to watch Tomotaku trying to keep up with Takano too. Also, you can't damage anything inside the storehouse. Of course not. Is it okay if I take pictures? Meep. You can, but I'll charge 100 yen per picture. What? How much money do you have on you right now, Jiro-san? If you pay me 10,000 yen, you can take all the photos you want. That's a good deal. I'll take it. Jiro-san, they pay me the money for real, and you seem excited knowing that the money could be used for buying desserts. Oh, Takano's such a nice person. You're so greedy. I finally got our approval from the Oyoshiro-sama, the master of the storehouse. We'd have no more problems now. The ritual storehouse is behind the building with the convention room. Sometimes people come out for a cigarette break. I can't let anyone see us entering. You're a good person. You're good. No one is around. Tomotaku checked out the scene and gave me the signal to go ahead. I nodded at him and unlocked the door. I pushed open the heavy door just far enough for us to sneak inside. It looks suspicious if you wait outside like that. What? I could come inside too? He seemed surprised I was asking him to come inside with us. Tomotaku, of course, wasn't particularly interested in what was inside the storehouse. I expected a surprise reaction. Jiro-san, Rika-chan is telling you to come inside. Come on now. Alright. Tomotaku squeezed inside as Takano urged him. I turned the light on and closed the door. Then I put the chain on from inside. You're locking us in? Just that, so that bad kitty wants to get inside you now. You talk about me? Takano's a cat supposed to go all meow meow nipa. What do you mean? If you don't act like a cat, I'm not gonna let you see what's in here. I brought cat ears and a collar with a bell for you too. If you don't put them on, get on all fours and meow, then I won't open the next door. The shrine storehouse has 2 doors so that people can't see inside when the first door is opened. At that moment, we were inside the entry chamber. The real storehouse is the room beyond. Oh, what? That's a bad joke, Rika-chan. You wouldn't really. Huh? What the hell? I'll do it if I have to. You're testing me to see how devoted I am to research, aren't you, Rika-chan? Fine, if that's what you want, then I'll wear the cat ears, bloomers, a tail, crawling them all forward before an empty milk bowl and bag. Please let me drink your milk, master. Okay. She definitely would have joined our club if she was around our age. I agree. Hey, remember when they shredded stocks fell like snow on Wall Street during the Great Crash? The Cardinal's value right now reminds me of that. Bring it on, Rika-chan. Are you sure I only have to wear the ears and collar? Takano-san, this door isn't even locked. See, push it and it opens. Really? My dear, how shameful of me. Tomoto has no sense of humor. He just turned off a lot of viewers who are looking forward to seeing Takano in the cat outfit. Anyway, he's right. You just have to push it. Nipa. Once we went through the door, we found ourselves inside the storage area. There were no windows in there, so it was completely dark even during the day. There were several light bulbs hanging from the ceiling, but they were dim and their light only exaggerated from the darkness inside. Oyashiro-sama's statue in the altar dominated the center of the room. They were surrounded by tons of ancient torture implements. Oyashiro-sama's statue in the altar dominated they were all over the floors, walls, and ceilings. It looked like a torture room rather than just storage for tools intended for one. This is amazing. Tomoto was rendered speechless. They were nothing like those fake torture implements that they might have seen in a wax museum or someplace like that. The tools in this room are the genuine articles. I never ever liked to think about it, but I'm sure one of them were used. These authentic tools have always had a big impact on the people who see them. But Tomoto was the only one who was shocked since he was the only normal person in the room. Takano's eyes were sparkling. She was taking pictures while meowing like a cat. This place isn't special to me. Of course, I know I'm supposed to treat it as a holy place, but I'm so used to seeing all these things after coming here countless times since I was little. To me, it's nothing but a storehouse with a lot of old stuff inside. As for Henry, she says it's only the place the air from times past lingers in this present day, so she actually finds it comforting. I get in a good mood when I come here because Henry gets in a good mood. This is a relaxing place for her. As I watched Tomotake's reaction, I noticed how totally off my values are from normal people's. Takano's reaction seemed more natural to me in a sense, and you seemed to be bothered by Tomotake's reaction too. Maybe it was a bad idea to let him come inside after all. Not like I could kick him out at this point. He and I sat on the cushion in front of the altar and watched Takano dance with childish glee while Tomotage made touching efforts to keep up. I wonder why they made so many torture implements. The whole purpose of the torture is to make people confess something, right? Why is it necessary for them to have so many? Jiro-san, do you know that there are two ways to threaten people with torture implements? The first one is to inflict pain on the victim. The other way is to threaten the victim by just showing them the tools. In that sense, have a countless number of them can give tremendous fear to the victim. I've heard that torture requires skill. I suppose it's hard to really hurt people without killing them. Tomoto acted like he's having a conversation with Takano, but his voice was obviously unsteady. Some Western torture implements were so vicious that if they really used it on the victim, they would have killed them instantly. To be precise, there are two types of torture implements. First, there are simple tools that are simply used to make the victim confess. The other type is for entertaining those who are watching the torture. I'm frustrated that some people can't tell the difference between those two. Let me ask you, what were they trying to gain from the victims by using these tools? Tomoto asked me that. He must have thought that Takano would say something far more scary if he asked her. He's forgetting I'm just a little innocent girl. I think they were forcing victims to obey the rules of Minagoroshi Village. That's what I believe. Am I right? Yes, you are. Most of these tools were never built for actual use. They were simply displayed in front of the villagers to intimidate them. That's why they are recorded saying that when they actually try to use them, some of them were the wrong size or simply malfunctioned. So they really did use some of them then? That's not a pleasant story. Some people are just not obedient despite the threat of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Hey Rika-chan, are you sure that these tools are mainly used to intimidate people in the village? I've heard that they were used for cooking and dissecting during the real Watanagashi. I knew it was making a frustrated face. She didn't want to remember the dark history of Minagoroshi Village. People performed countless torture ceremonies in front of her, claiming that they were doing it in her name, the name of Oyashiro-sama. She asked someone to do that, but no one was able to see or hear her. No comment. Nippa. She always talks about me. She always talks to me about it too. Long ago, the villagers of Onagafuchi would receive a divine message to go down to the foot of the mountain, kidnap people and eat them. Right? I wonder why they did that. Was it a display of force or something? I believe that it was a type of ceremony that makes them all realize that they were higher on the food chain. The greatest outspoken reasons Onagafuchi forbade intermingling with outsiders were that the village was a holy land and they were transcendent greater beings than humans. Mingling with tainted humans will bring corruption. That's what they were taught, so they probably needed to reaffirm their ideas that they are above humans at regular intervals. In Japan, there was a tradition of displaying severed heads on pikes. While such a warning is inhumane, it is an extremely good deterrent. The victims were brutally tortured in public and they were eaten alive. What would you think if you saw something like that? Anyone would simply think that they wouldn't want to be in that same situation. There's a history of crucifixion in this country. They hung the victims and stabbed them with spears in front of an audience. You know, people don't really die from being stabbed once or twice. They might have a chance to die if they were stabbed in the stomach or chest, but it's not instant like a guillotine. They bled from their wounds and their guts were pulled out, and they eventually died by drowning in their own blood. In that sense, a guillotine is such a merciful tool. Did you know the guillotine was invented for the nobility? It was invented because they were able to die instantly, which wasn't the case with shooting or hanging. The nobles got special treatment all the way up to death. There's an old black and white movie that I know of. It's a love story set during the French Revolution, but the final guillotine scene is the best part. The nobles are lined up and bound in chains, and they get publicly executed on the guillotine one by one. Snap, next, snap, next, snap. Human lives are taken away like they're on a conveyor belt. There's no last words or prayers or anything. Snap, next, snap. It's not even that entertaining because it's over in a flash. No one holds any sentiment for their deaths. The audience enjoys the nobles' heads are sliced off like vegetables. It's like a show to them. I think it's more respectful to kill someone slowly and brutally. That way people will pay a little bit more attention to them, right? Oyashiro-sama here was the one who made this brutal torture possible. Takano raises her hand to the honor statue of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama is an idol created by human beings. That idol was worshipped with fear and made divine. Yes, people laid the bricks of his church with rules and doctrines, strengthening it with a mortar of curses and malediction as they stacked those bricks up high. Its height reached up to heaven, and their God was placed above it all. Gods are born because people desire them. So when people seek to rule others with fear, they become the collection of blood, torture, and pure terror. And here they call that God Oyashiro-sama. In other words, this proves that the stairs to godhood are built not by gods, but by human hands, and shows the way for us humans to attain further heights. And our passion lecture was interrupted by a loud noise. As I looked back up, Henry was shipping up and down, her eyes full of tears. She was stomping on the floor as hard as she could, making a loud noise as they're screaming out with her unheard voice. However, it all amounted to the same thing. And you cannot be hurt by people. That's not right. That's not right. I'm not like that. And you. I hate to see people get tortured or killed. I want people to be happy together. Of course, not everything is perfect, but I never ask people to do such horrible things. And you are who you are. Oyashiro-sama has nothing to do with you. That's not right. That's not right. I hate Takano. I hate her. She always says horrible things about me. She's a bully. Was it a bad idea for me to bring Takano in here? I knew that Takano would get overstimulated and say something like this. Fortunately, Henyu's rejection indirectly reached Takano and she stopped lecturing. Somehow, Tamataka had heard the noise that Henyu made. He pressed his finger in front of his lips and told Takano to be quiet. What is it? Well, I just heard a sound like a child was jumping around. There might be a child somewhere near this building. Really? I didn't hear anything. I'm sure I heard it. Takano said, we're in here in secret. I think you should look around without making any noise. Takano seemed disappointed, but Tamatake was right. She had no choice but to be quiet. Tamatake, there are no children around this place. Are you sure? You didn't hear it either? I'm sure I heard a noise. I heard it too, but it wasn't coming from outside the building, and it was jumping right behind me. I guess you heard it from far away, but it was very loud to me. I was standing in front of the altar and the statue of Oyashiro-sama was right behind me. Tamatake seemed freaked out after hearing what I just told him. Although he was trying to fake a smile, his face was turning pale. However, Takano didn't seem scared at all. Takano, you can't say things that would upset Oyashiro-sama in front of him. Oyashiro-sama is very angry now. Can you hear his voice? It's fortunate that she can't, to be honest. Even if she heard it, it would be nothing but tears. My job as a shrine maiden beginning with is to tell humans what Oyashiro-sama is feeling. I'm responsible for speaking on Haney's behalf. Takano must have realized that I was very serious about what I just said. She apologized to me right away. I'm sorry, I took it too far. I'm sorry, Oyashiro-sama. You are a god as long as people worship you. Even though I may not worship you, you are still holy. I'm sorry for disrespecting you. Oyashiro-sama loves sweet food. You'll get cursed unless you offer something sweet through me. Tamatake couldn't help but smile. Takano also smiled, but she bowed to me and promised to bring over some cream puffs soon. Takano finally stopped saying bad things about Oyashiro-sama. She also promised to bring me something sweet. I knew I was so upset, but she was probably satisfied for the moment. But I didn't know what she meant by the 3 fingers she was showing to me. She was telling me to ask Takano for that too. Being her shrine maiden is not an easy thing. Oyashiro-sama saying that he wants at least 3 cream puffs. I just want to make it clear that's not me asking for that. I took it as a joke I made to reduce the tension. Tamatake and Takano cracked up holding their stomachs. Henry was looking at them with surprise, not knowing why they were laughing. My face, meanwhile, was turning red with embarrassment. Fine, I'll get the 3 delicious cream puffs for Oyashiro-sama. Should I get some for you and Satoko-chan too? No, I don't need any, but there is something that I want to tell you. What is it? Since you let me inside the storehouse today, I'm willing to do anything for you now. Then I want you to believe what I'm about to tell you now. Please don't ask me why or make fun of me. Please believe me and change fate to save me. Both of them were surprised to see such a serious look on my face. I was sure they'd be surprised. After all, I was about to explain to them that they were going to die in 2 days. I'm sure they want to deny that, but I knew a fair bit about their deaths. If I could explain it to them in detail, they wouldn't be able to laugh it off. I talked to them about several times in previous lives, but they never took it seriously. I only had that slight possibility that they might believe me. Hopefully, the possibility is as small as a miracle. It should be engraved on the side of a die. My friends are working their fates, and they all roll a 6. Should I call that a miracle? Please, God, let me roll a 6 again. Please let them believe that the death is upon them. No, it's gonna go into like a break point. Come on, probably gonna go to like a. It's gonna skip ahead, isn't it? It is. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break here, guys. Catch my breath. I've been reading for about 20 minutes. Need me a nice drink too. Alright, guys, I am back. I already turned the light on as soon as he finished his presentation. There were about 8 men wearing lab coats inside the meeting room. The man sitting at the far end was the only person without one. Upon seeing Ari finish his speech, he clapped his hands several times. Having noticed his applause, the other men in the room soon followed suit. Excellent. Very, very excellent. I'm quite satisfied with your progress. Your hard work has paid off, Dr. Ari. No, I would say it's because of my incredible staff. I really do owe them my gratitude. We were really getting close to finding a perfect cure. There are a few more sticking points left, but they can all be resolved with time and financing. We're counting on your support on that front. With efficient funding and labor, on estimate will be done within 3 years. By 1986, we should be able to establish a complete treatment for it. From here on out, our challenges are establishing a treatment package that other unspecialized medical facilities can easily administer and develop an easier, cheaper test for it. With regards to testing, Dr. Ari is currently researching ways to detect potential patients through blood samples. Once that process is established, the test can be administered alongside regular physical exams, and we believe that we will drive costs down significantly. That's wonderful to hear. The current tests are pretty involved and expensive after all. Sorry, I'm truly grateful to hear you're considering the cost too. Healthy citizens are supposed to be our nation's assets, so it really is shameful to bring up the budget, but from our position, we'd like to shave every yen we can off the cost. Of course, we understand if we establish a treatment that was impossible due to the cost, it'd be just a pie in the sky. It's our job to develop a practical treatment, not a theoretical one. Time with the guy started clapping again. Everyone followed him. You're truly a respectable man as well as a talented doctor. I'm honored to have met you. No, I can't sincerely accept your applause until every person has been treated and the so-called curse of Oyosho-sama has been exterminated. We hope for your continued cooperation until that time. Likewise, I'll do everything I can to make sure you receive almost every yen in the budget you've outlined. Please keep up the good work. Tomotuke and Ari shook hands, and the meeting room was filled with applause yet again. That's it for the tonight's meeting. Tomorrow's the main event while waiting for the budget hearing. Let's all push hard. Takano was being sarcastic, of course. The staff members and lab coats were smiling bitterly. Well, I'll give my greatest efforts for the budget. You all need to. To be honest, I want to be on your side myself, but I'm the one who has to explain things to the brass, and the one they come down on directly. You have my deepest apologies, but regretfully, I'll be rigorously examining the budget. Please continue to lend me your cooperation. That's your job, so we can't blame you. We'll see you tomorrow. In any case, that's it. That's it for today. Once Ari declared the meeting over, his white coat staff gathered up their documents and left after glancing at the clock. It was almost midnight. The staff who were off tomorrow might be alright, but those scheduled to work needed to sleep soon, or it would hinder them the next day. The Kanos gathered up the butts from the ashtrays as well as the empty coffee cans. Some people didn't drink their coffee. We managed to get a coffee budget for meetings approved, but I wonder if they'll cut that budget if people don't drink it. Don't be so mean. I'm not doing this because I enjoy it, you know. Oh, Takano-san, I'll take that leftover coffee. I'll take that one too, and that way the budget won't go to waste. The two of them seemed more relaxed with the other staff members gone. Tomotuke and Ari loosened their collars in a sign of relief. How are Rika and Satoko-chan? Are they doing fine? I heard last week that Satoko-chan's test results weren't that good recently. No, but it wasn't actually that big of a deal. She was a bit out of sorts because of the heat wave. Her new results came back very stable. Dr. Ari is very passionate about Satoko-chan. That's not true. As a physician, I can treat all my patients equally to the best of my abilities. But if she feels grateful and decides to become my maid, that would be wonderful. Though, that's proving quite difficult. That would be wonderful if Satoko was completely... it would be wonderful if there was a way to completely cure Satoko-chan. But I guess that's what's difficult. Once a patient reaches the L5 state that Satoko-chan has, it's easy for them to re-experience hallucinations similar to a patient suffering from flashbacks. Those technically aren't caused by the disease, but by the normal defense mechanisms cultivated in the brain. Like the idiom, a scaled dog fears cold water, suggests the brain naturally uses past experiences proactively for our survival. In simpler terms, emotional trauma. Worse yet, we suspect she may have suffered damage directly to her frontal lobe, so she needs more delicate counseling and long-term medication than the usual trauma patients. You may be able to treat her illness, but you can't treat her mental health. Is that what you're saying? There are plenty of people functioning in society with emotional trauma. Even if she's just one more to the mix, she's still a miraculous recovery considering the state she used to be in. Think about diabetic patients. There's no cure, but many of them live happily by managing their condition. She still needs 3 shots a day? No, she's recovered quite a bit, so she's down to twice a day now. I think that puts a lot of strain on her, too. She was so afraid in the beginning, but Rika-chan talked her into it. Into getting shots, you mean? Satoko-chan told us she was receiving financial support from us by supporting her research. So she thinks it's because she's getting 2 shots a day, not because she's sick. She was a test subject for your research. Jiro-san, it would be a horrible thing for us to explain to her what kind of illness she's suffering from. Didn't I tell you this before? Oh, well, I remember. Sorry for being insensitive. If you happen to see Satoko-chan somewhere, please be kind to her. Alright, I will. By the way, Rika-chan is such a strong girl. Her background is similar to Satoko-chan's, yet she's leading such a steady life. We have Rika-chan and her deceased parents to thank for all of this. Without their understanding and support, we would never discover even a hint at a cure so soon. She even endured our inhumane experience very well. She wouldn't have the results we do today without her support after overcoming her parents' death. I'd like to repay that debt we owe her somehow. I agree. Tokyo also recognizes that Rika-chan and Satoko-chan have rendered us a distinguished service. They will be compensated for their work someday. Hey, you guys don't even want to pay for our coffee filters. Again, don't be mean. You keep bringing that story up. But even though all we can do is compensate them with money, I wish there was a way to pay them back from our hearts. The Kano muttered like she's talking to herself, but it almost sounded as if she was talking to them. I am sure there are many ways for us to show our appreciation. There are many ways we could pay them back. Dr. Irie, Coach, I guess you're already doing that for them all the time. I suppose I should be nice to those girls, too. Indeed, plus Rika-chan was very nice to you today. I nearly forgot I had to take that film to get developed first thing in the morning. It was such a wonderful experience. History, culture, the smell of it. Everything about it was wonderful. And Irie was wondering what she could have experienced during the day. Tomotaka could only smile and act like he didn't know anything. By the way, Takano-san, what do you think of what Rika-chan told us near the end of today? What are your thoughts? I want to believe that's only a paranoia. She did say there's no absolute proof either. What's going on? From what you say, it sounds like Rika-chan is showing some bad symptoms. Her test results from last week, I thought they came out pretty good, but did you see anything different, Dr. Irie? No, they were as stable as always. If Satoko-chan's results are a wave during the high tide, Rika-chan's are quite the surface of a lake. Just like their personalities. What's the possibility of a sudden outbreak? What are you talking about? Don't tell me Rika-chan is showing symptoms of the disease progressing. Rika-chan asked us for something today. She wanted our protection because she feels like someone's going to murder her. No way. Who would try to kill her? That's impossible. Rika-chan is a beloved mascot here in the village, and I don't think she has any enemies. I think it was just her imagination, too. Why does she think that someone's going to kill her? If she's experiencing paranoia, she may be in early L5 stage. She said that she saw in her dream. She wants us to reinforce security around her because she feels threatened. For a young girl like that, it's not uncommon to get scared after having a nightmare, but we need to determine if it's really just a dream or if she's showing early symptoms of the disease. Okay, let's give her an urgent checkup tomorrow. I really hope nothing is wrong. She's the most valuable person in this village. I hope she's okay, but what should we do if she is? Jiro-san, today's what she wants in return for what she showed us today. It's not even a big deal. I think if she's worried about her safety and wants us to rely on, I think we should support her. That's what paying her back with all our hearts is about. You're right. Even if she was just dreaming, we'll lose her trust if we don't support her. This is our chance. We found a way to show her our appreciation. Yeah, I agree. Besides, she has a right to seek that support from us. Yes, we have to make sure to protect her at all times. That's true, though. That's your job, not mine. So please give us your best. Understood. Takano-san, please do what you can to keep her safe. It's probably not so serious that we need to bring in the bloodhounds from Tokyo. True, you can't ask them to come over just because Rika Furude had a nightmare. Alright. I'll order at least 4 members of the Mountain Dogs to watch her 24 hours a day. That's impressive. That's tighter security than when I went to Tokyo. She deserves special treatment. I'll make sure she gets the best security in the country. No one would dare plot an assassination on her. I'll get the best bodyguards out there. Not even the super spy could lay on finger on her. Meow meow. On a Gafuchi bonsai. Takano-san, did something good happen? Well, I mean... Is that the end of this video, or no? Guess not. Alright guys, I'm gonna take another few minute break here. I really need to catch my breath again. Alright guys, I am back. After looking into the items that had been donated for the auction, we realized that there was nothing kids would be interested in. Kichi insisted that the show wouldn't be a success unless there was something that the kids would beg their parents to buy. He's probably right. For that reason, we went to the toy store again today. They were trying to get the owner to donate something that would interest all the kids attending the festival. I see, I did get to sell off my old stock. I mean, different games the other day because of you guys. I want to support you if I can. And my grandma wants the auction to be something that both kids and adults can enjoy. That's what she's hoping for, you understand? Can't you help us, Uncle Yoshiro? Well, if that's what your grandmother wants, okay, I'll do my best. I don't know what she would say to me on New Year's if I refuse. Wow, I guess Mion's grandma's pretty scary. We have never met, but I have heard of how terrifying she can be. According to the Shion-san, she's enjoying ripping people's nails off. That's just Shi-chan trying to scare you. I know Mi-chan's grandma very well. She's a very nice lady. As long as you're polite to her, I'm impressed that she can refer to that monster as a nice lady, since she's scary when you're not polite. Also, she's scary when you don't show proper respect. Nipa? So you're saying that she wouldn't be nice to me? Ki-chan, we have a deal. He said we can take some stuff. His laugh was a painful one. How come the people in this village always listens to Mion? It's the power of the Sanozaki family. Mion is like their princess. No one would dare contradict her. You're also the princess of the Furude family, aren't you? Thank you. The members of the Sanozaki branch families who own businesses usually get their funding from Mion's family. They can never go against the will of the main branch. The Sanozaki family made a fortune on the black market after the war, and they've invested those funds as capital into businesses run by their families and the villagers. They charge almost no interest and require no cosigners or collateral, so as long as one gives a proper explanation, they'll provide a notable sum. The money has to be paid back, of course, but it's linked between family and community. They're willing to make some adjustments if one goes begging. For that reason, everyone is borrowing money from their family, and that more than anything is why they can never refuse a request from Mion. Alright, try and find something that might be interesting to the kids. I need something big in size. It's not that exciting to sell a deck of cards and an auction, Big things will attract more attention, so we need to look for something big and expensive. Oh, leave it up to me. I'm very good at finding things like that. Let's try and be considerate of the owner, too, everyone. Wow, look, Reina. This stuffed animal's so cute. What? Ew. It's so adorable. I'm taking all of them home with me. Guys, please don't take too much, okay? The shop owner smiled bitterly at us. What do you think this is, Kichi-kun? It says swing on it. It's like a playground kind of swing. Wow, it's so heavy. It must be a build-it-yourself swing. You can build it inside the house or outside in the yard. It's not as big as the swings you see on playgrounds, but it's big enough for little kids to play on. It's fun in the beginning, but they'll eventually get bored with it, and they'll be used to hanging. And they'll be used to hanging the laundry on stuff instead. Sounds like it's coming from experience. Did you have one of these, Kichi? In my last house, I got it for Christmas when I was little. It looks really impressive, doesn't it? That's a good choice, Reina. Here, Kichi, and stick this paper on it. People from the council will pick it up later. Mion handed Kichi a piece of paper that said Town Council on it. She was carrying around a whole stack of them. She's really thorough when it comes to things like that. Kichi-san, how about this one? It's a small pool you can put in your yard. Oh, that's a good choice, too. What do you think, Mion? Well, in Hinamisawa, you can always go to the river if you want to play in the water. I don't know about that one. But this goldfish pattern is adorable. I think this pool's a good one, I think. I think so as well. It doesn't look just perfect for setting up all kinds of traps. No way, no way. And I'm the one that's going to end up trapped in there. We're not taking this one. How about this one? It's an elephant slide meep. I think this one is nice too. I want to take it home with me. If I push the taco off the top, she would roll down like a ball. Now, wouldn't that be so much fun? Don't you think so, Hanyu? Oh, stop being so mean to Satoko. Oh, I think this one's nice too. I'm taking it home with me. Alright, let me stick this paper on it. We enjoyed the privilege of picking donations for a while. I started to feel bad seeing the owner's troubled expression. I patted him on the head to try and comfort him. Rub, rub, pat, pat, nipa. Wow, this is Mahjong. What is it? Kichi found on the tabletop game section. I walked toward him to see what it was. There I saw a green mat on the table with the Mahjong tiles all lined up on it. They were arranged in a square shape as if someone was just playing it there just until a few minutes ago. Huh? Oh, what's this, Uncle Yoshiro? Were you playing Mahjong at work? No, that's not it. I had expected to see board games and card games at the toy store, but not Mahjong. I guess it was a way for a toy store to sell this, though. Well, it's been a long time. I think I've forgotten most of the rules. Well, it's incredible for a girl like you to know Mahjong. Or let me guess, you guys played this at the club, right? It must have been the end of last year. Of course, I was very good at it, too. There were lots of traps lying in my discard pile. Mia, listen here, you had 4 young girls together and you played Mahjong at school? Hey, Kichin, you can't underestimate this game. Hinamizawa gets a lot of snow in the winter. The whole village enjoys Mahjong in those months. We hole up inside a warm room and enjoy some tangerines and Mahjong. We turn on the end of the year music program on TV. That's what winter's like here. That's probably how the Sonozaki family spends it in winter. That doesn't mean the whole village does that. I forgot that Hinamizawa gets lots of snow in the winter. I guess Mahjong would be the standard game adults play around the Kotatsu. Kicha, Mahjong is a serious game. It's a necessity in every man's social life. When they sit around the square jungle, they become Seiryu in the east, Byuko in the west, Suzaku in the south, and Genbu in the north. Abandoning their hierarchy and squabbles, they fight on equal terms. It's the same spirit as the ancient Olympic Games. See? It's amazing, isn't it? I guess the concern with that and more afraid of what kind of punishment you'll set when you bring it out to the club again. Do you know how to play Kichi-kan? My dad loves it. It always forces me to play when he doesn't have enough people to play with. I don't know if I'm good. I know the rules. I don't know how to calculate anything now. Anyway, why is there a Mahjong table here? Everyone looked at the owner. Well, I was talking with a customer this afternoon, and he said he could show me how to do the Tsubame Gashi. I don't know how to butcher that like hell. What did you say? I don't know how to pronounce that. That's the greatest scam in the history of Mahjong. It's the ultimate technique developed in ancient China. Its power was so great that the emperor of that time banned its use. I didn't know there were people who could use it in this era. I got this info from the history of ancient Mahjong. Is it that technique of Musashi Miyamoto's? How does that involve Mahjong? It's a both technique where you switch your hand with the wall in a flash. Nipa. Hey, Mion, why would you teach something that bad to an innocent girl like this? Well, yeah. How I want to see it. Can anybody do it? Can you, Rika-chan? I only know about it. I can't do it myself. Satoko, weren't you practicing it a while ago? Wait a minute, Satoko. Don't practice something like that at your age. But she's a trap master, so something like that she would do. The best time is to set a trap when the opponent is sure of his victory. So did you ever get to master it? You were practicing, right? Well, I could never use it in a real game. Even in practice, I only succeeded once or twice. Wow, I want to see it. Do it for us. Meep, I want to see it too. Very well, you all. Don't laugh if I can't pull it off, alright? Satoko sat in front of the table and started pulling up the tiles. Do you really think Satoko can do it? Well, I don't know. It'll be amazing if she can do it and cute if she can't. I don't care if she makes it or not, because I enjoy seeing her act shy like this. Well, first of all, you start by planting the tiles you want in the wall ahead of time. I see. Then you later swap them for your hand. But how? Sleight of hand? Well, you instantly swap all the tiles from your hand with the planted tiles. This is a scene I'd love to show you all by writing a video through InScriptor. But hey, unfortunately I can't time that to the text in the sound novel. I have no idea who me could be talking to. You say looking at the camera. Are we breaking the fourth wall here or what? Are you ready? Everyone gulped and looked closely at the table. Satoko moved her hands like a swan on the lake. She had 13 towels in front of her, then she silently flipped them all face down. She then lifted them up by holding both ends and silently placed them against the back edge of the wall, keeping them hidden. It's a Satoko. I don't know if I can do it, but I'll try. We all went quiet. Satoko reached out toward the Yamahai. Then she grabbed the whole thing with her small little hands. Let me explain how hard it is to pick up the wall for those unfamiliar with Mahjong. Your hand is usually made of 13 tiles. If you push them into from either side hard enough with both hands, you can lift them up in the air. You might drop them and scatter them if you're not experienced, but it's still not that difficult. However, it's not that easy for the wall. The Yamahai is usually consists of 17 tiles, and plus there are 2 rows on top of each other. This is the important part. It's not as simple as lifting up 2 rows of 17 tiles on top of each other. You must lift up 17 tiles on the top row and only 4 tiles on the edges of the bottom row. By setting them on 13 tiles with your hand placed behind the wall, you can bury your hand in the wall, and the lower 13 tiles that remain from the moving wall become your new hand. This is the ultimate technique, the Tsubame Gaishi. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. I just read it without realizing it. Oops. It's a technique that lets you switch all 13 tiles in a split second. You can do it, Satoko. I could see Satoko trying to concentrate. She was supposed to be doing this more naturally since it's a technique for cheating, but since for the moment it was just a performance, I suppose it's fine. Someone audibly swallowed, and at that exact moment she made her move. There. Crash. She had put too much strength into it. Her tiles fell apart. Oh no. I can't do it. It's not that easy, you know. I see, but I think I understood the gist of it from Mion's explanation. Let me try it. I'm going to try too. I guess I have to master this one now or it'll be troublesome later on. I'm trying it too then. All of us except Mion took a seat and started piling up the tiles. Haha, at a glance you see look like small children who are trying to play with the tiles. But they're actually practicing the blah blah blah, I can't pronounce it. I'm proud of my club members, how they're growing up to be decent kids. My hands and Satoko's hands are about the same size. If she could do it, I know I can do it. Of course I can't really use this trick during a real game. We were just playing around, but I was having a good time. I've never done this before in my 100 years of life. I think my hands are slowing down. I'm so frustrated. It's so hard just to lift up the first 13 tiles. How? Listen, right now you have to use your pinky fingers. There you go. It's going to explode if you push too strongly. But you have to use enough strength to lift it up. It's difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult to lift up the first 13 tiles to begin with. Not everyone can get past this stage. Satoko was doing well the first time, but she lost her concentration and is now dropping her tiles. I took Kichi's advice and supported the tiles with my pinky fingers and lifted it up. Oh, I did it. Meep. I lifted up the first 13 tiles. Good for you. Rika-chan has a lead on us. We need to do better. You're good at this. Can you do the next step? It's not that easy, but I really want to get it right before anyone else. That's what we're racing towards right now. Hee. I'm going to do it. Is Rika-chan going to be the first one? You're done if you pull off the next move. But that one is so difficult. Good, Rika. This is the hard part. I had to lift up the whole top row and only 4 tiles on the bottom row. I probably didn't need to use too much force. I can do this. Crash. How too bad. With the number of tiles increased to 17, it gets more difficult, didn't it? I'm going to do this before everyone else. It'll probably be a punishment for those who can't make it. What is it? That true, Mion? I wonder what I should do. There were only 4 seats, so Mion wasn't even in the game. Did that mean she could set up a punishment with no risk to herself? How? It's not fair. You're not even playing me, Chan. If you had time to explain, you should practice harder. This is getting interesting. I thought we came all the way to Okonomiya to get this donations for the auction. Why are we doing this now? Although that's why I love hanging out with these people. If it wasn't for them, I would have lost my soul a long time ago. I would have become a worthless piece of flesh. I've heard that rabbits can die from loneliness, but humans are no different. Humans can also die from boredom. And I really do think this world is special. I know all these events could happen individually, but now they're also happening at the same time. This is like a miracle. Your fate really was too unfortunate up to this point. You deserve this kind of happiness every once in a while. You're right. If I had such a miserable and deadly fate, I do deserve some happiness that evens out the sadness. I feel like the luck I've been gaining in this life was something that I've been saving up for 100 years. So the people I love are all healthy and happy. I also asked the Kano to reinforce my security. I don't know if she really will, but she promised me. She never did that in my previous lives. I think her reaction to my request was the best so far. In fact, she was skipping on her way back home. She must have been in a good mood. I was sorry for breaking the family rules, but I think it was worth it. I told them that their lives were also in danger, but I doubt they really believed that. They didn't seem to be frightened by it. I'd have to give them a final warning in the night of Higurashi. If I try warning them too often, they never believe me. Does that mean that there's nothing for me to do in this world right now? I don't know. Until the moment the truth is here, it's impossible to tell. I'm blessed with a miraculously good fortune in this world. I gave it my best effort, using all my previous experience. But did I do enough? I wish I could have my fortune told. I just wanted everything to tell me that I did everything right. Please tell me what my fortune is. And as soon as I made the wish, God granted it to me. Oh, what's going on in here? I suddenly heard a low voice. Kichi and Rina dropped their towels as soon as they heard it. Hey, Oishi-san, what are you doing in a toy store during work hours? Hello there, don't worry, I'm off duty today. You mean bad luck today? What are you all doing here, eh? It looked like Oishi was ordering something from the owner. I wonder what this old guy wanted from the toy store of all places. Mion was wondering what the same, and she asked him instead of me. Nah, my mahjong mat is warped because I kept it rolled up in the storage for a long time. The green cloth is peeling off of the underside of my kotsatsu board too, so I couldn't use that one either. You play mahjong at home? That's a nice way to spend your day off. Perhaps you got in trouble at the mahjong bar and they banned you from going in there or something. No, I know. I'm a gentleman in any public establishment. I never cause any trouble like that. Anyways, you kids like mahjong, I figured that young people didn't even know about the game. Please don't underestimate my club. Well, I'll play anything that has a winner and loser. We never turn our backs to a battle. We play mahjong, slot machines, horse racing, bike racing, boat racing, calligraphy, flower arrangement, and croquet. I think she'll make us a fight in the middle of a lava pit someday. It's okay, Ricochet. Even if you die on that battlefield, you'll come back out of nowhere 2 or 3 chapters later. I have no idea what Kichi-san and Rika-san are talking about. And what are you guys doing? Are you pulling up the tiles? No, not that. We were practicing the blah 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 technique. You're practicing the blah 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 blah. Nah, oh dear, he's the one who showed me how to do the blah 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 earlier today. What did you say? It's not like I can use it in a real game, but it's one of the tricks I can do. Oishi-san, will you please show it to us? I really want to master that technique. If I don't, I'm going to get in real trouble this winter. Sure, let me show it to you. You must be the boyfriend in the Maibara mansion. Oh, sorry, yes, I am. I am Kichi Maibara. I moved here recently. Nice to meet you. Hey, you never met him before? This is Oishi-san from the police department. He's on the festival committee as the head of the security team, so you'll see him at the meeting, too. I've heard about you. They said you're always full of energy. I've been looking forward to meeting you because everyone is saying that you're going to be a great auction host. You'll have such a big responsibility at the festival. I'm surprised you accepted the offer. You have a lot of courage. But I'll do my best since I took on the job, so I hope things go well. I am Kichi Maibara. I'll be a pleasure working with you. You're also a very polite young man. I'm impressed. I'm Oishi from the Okonomiya PD. You can call me Kurachin if you want. You can sit in my seat, Oishi. Oh, thank you. Let me show you the trick then. He rapidly gathered up the tiles. I could tell that he'd been doing this for a long time. I heard that judo fighters could tell their opponent's rank just by looking at how he ties his belt. It's just like that. Thank you for complimenting me already. Alright, are you ready? I'm going to do it now. There you go. Thud, swoosh. Clack, clack. All done. I'm all done now. Whoa, that was fast. We all broke out into cheers. You often hear the audience cheer for a big performance on TV, but it was really more impressive seeing it in person. He did it so quickly, too. He made it look so simple that anyone can do it. But everyone here knows that it's very difficult to do. That's why we were all impressed at how easily he performed such a trick. How? You're amazing. You're so good. That was incredible. I'm seriously impressed. Will you teach me in slow motion? Sure, why not? Try and do what I do. It's more difficult in slow motion, but pay attention to how I use my fingers, especially my pinkies. First of all, okay, I got that one. Then what do I do? Then you do it like this. No, don't lift it up. Try and think of it sliding it forward, but don't push it. Just slightly lift it up like a hovercraft. Slightly lift it up like a hovercraft. There, damn it. You don't need any strength. You can't make any noise, you know. You don't have to do it silently like a ninja. Oh, you have to do it silently like a ninja. Let me try it one more time. It was strange. I'd never seen Kichi and Oishi play mahjong together. Kichi and Oishi look like they could become good friends. I guess it's like male bonding or something. Oishi usually appears only after Takano and Tomitaka get murdered on the night with Tanagachi. He has only ever appeared on the scene as a detective. He always approached Kichi as a detective, so he never thought of him as someone he could trust. He only thought of Kichi as a decoy to expose the culprits among the villagers or some nonsense like that. So even when you see it, it's hard to believe that Kichi and Oishi are having a good time together like friends. I never seen Kichi and Oishi getting along with each other. I know, it was my first time too. How am I supposed to react to this? I thought it was a bad thing when I first saw Oishi today. I couldn't understand this world at all. My heart was pounding, and I had a strong feeling that I'd roll 6 every time I threw the die. I should roll it again. I think I'll roll 6 again. I know it. Before I'm on the row, I will roll that 6. Now we'll finally defeat my deadly fate. Welcome to our store. Oh, there you are. Oishi-san, I got it for you. My heart started racing. This voice sounds so familiar. I heard it before, but that couldn't be right, and you always warned me. Don't expect too much. It couldn't be him. Oh, Akasaka-san, thank you very much. Did you have any trouble finding the store? I'm sorry I got lost. Who knows where I would be if that nice postman didn't help me. The young man was standing there. Huh. Was he in any previous ones or not? I don't recognize him. But it's been a while since the last Higurashi too, so I mean, he was wearing a casual outfit holding a plastic bag in his hand. I always thought Akasaka wore a tie, a shirt and a tie. He also seems much smaller. Okay, maybe it's just a change of outfit, I don't know. He looked at me as I stared at him. Normally you look at that way when you make eye contact with a stranger, but we stare at each other without averting our eye gazes. Is that you, Akasaka? And you're a Rika-chan? Hey, you know him? Akasaka-san, you knew Furude-san? That's a big surprise. It's been so long, you grew taller, didn't you? He seems stronger, too. This is Mamoru Akasaka. He's a detective from Tokyo Metropolitan Public Safety Department. He sometimes shows up in Hinamizawa in 1978. He has no relation to Hinamizawa or my daily curse, but outside the village, he's the person I trust the most. I've asked for his help in the past several times, but nothing ever came of it. He's from so far away, he forgets about me once he returns to Tokyo. That's why I've given up on him. Why are you here in Hinamizawa again? I left my daughter with my parents and I came here on a trip with my wife. Your wife? Yes, you saved her life. you have no idea. Akasaka-san loves his wife so much. Was it 5 years ago? He was in Okonomiya for a business trip, but he suddenly abandoned his job to return to her side. That's how much he loves her. Oh, well, that's romantic. You warned me that something bad was going to happen if I didn't go back to Tokyo. That really concerned me, so I went back right to the hospital where Yuki was. Then I heard that a janitor got in an accident on the stairs that led up to the rooftop that day. The tiles on the stairs were loose. The janitor fell down the stairs and got seriously injured. I knew that was going to happen because I had seen him lose his mind after hearing about his wife's death in a life I lived a long time ago. Falling down the stairs seemed like just a luck of the draw. I didn't think it would happen all the time, but it happened to him over and over, so I thought there must have been some kind of reason behind it. I guess it's because of the broken tiles on the stairs. If he didn't show up at the hospital that day, his wife would have gone up those stairs. It was her daily routine, but she didn't go because he showed up. Meanwhile, the janitor went up the stairs and got injured. Riko-chan saved Yuki's life. I'm not sure if that's really true, but Akasaka-san has no doubt he saved his wife's life. He really wanted to meet you again. Rika is good at predicting things sometimes, though. That's because she's a reincarnation of Oyoshiro-sama. Oops, Kuma-chan, Sato-chan should be here soon. We have to hurry, Akasaka-san. Well, maybe let's do this again. I'll teach you something more useful next time. Sure, thank you very much. See you again, Rika-chan. How long are you staying, Akasaka? I'll be here until after Tanagashi, huh? Kind of like along for a vacation, isn't it? They told me that I need to use my vacation days. I just finished a big job, so my boss told me to take some time off. I'll be there at the festival. I heard that's going to be a huge event. That's right, it'll be more than just drinking party you had last time. Akasaka-san, let's go. You saved Yuki's life. I'm going to make it up to you one day. When that time comes, I'll lend you my strength. I will be killed in June of 1983. Spent 5 years. I'm stronger and more experienced. I'm different now. I'm sure I can help you. I feel like I rolled a 6 without even throwing a die. Akasaka followed Rishi and ran outside in the bright sunlight. And you, does it seem like luck to you? Ah, well, it seems like fate is on your side this time. Remember that day when we held a club activity in this toy store? The moment I refused to play the finishing game, this world started changing. My strong will changing the path of fate. My strong will is going to change my fate. If I have strong will, I can also change these results. Hey, we hit the 1 hour mark. I guess I'm going to take another few minute break. And because like I hit the 1 hour mark, just need to catch my breath again. Alright, I am back. We rode our bikes together back. We rode our bikes back together. We rode our bikes back home together. Guys, like I read tonight more than usual. I was in a good mood. I almost felt like humming a song. I could feel my deadly fate slowly falling to pieces. I felt like my fate was urging me to move on. Just like the sun and moon were during an eclipse, the wheels of my fortune were perfectly matched for the first time in a long time. This really might have been a miracle. This wasn't like the true miracle of Kichi remember in the past. It was good fortune within expectations, but when it was rearranged this well, it was enough to be considered a miracle. I couldn't remember the last time I felt so good in June of 1983. My name is Rika Furude. My ominous fate was moving away from me. With each step I took, that deadly fate withdrew further and further. I had to stay strong and take advantage of this miracle. I moved forward at high speed. Watanagashi was so close. My luck and effort had brought about a miracle. And so I will defeat my fate. This time for sure. Go for it, yay. The next moment something happened. Kichi had accidentally scratched a motorcycle that was parked by the street. A group of 3 delinquents were trying to intimidate him. Oh, what should we do? Just watch. I have the power to get rid of them now. I think we should call the police. Don't worry, Satoko. Leave it up to me. Rika, hey Rika. I walked toward the delinquents even as they grabbed Kichi by the collar. What the hell are these pathetic guys? Are they trying to stand in my way when I'm trying to have a happy future? I should teach them that nothing can stop me now. I know I'm rolling a 60 without throwing a die. Say something, you punk. Are you listening to me? They continued to grab Kichi's shirt. Kichi, Mian Rina was staring at them with the vicious look in their eyes. I got in between them. Huh? What the hell do you want? Ouch. Get the hell out of here. Don't even think about ruining my fate. I plucked his nose with my fingers again. He never expected that little girl like me would attack him. He seemed surprised, but he quickly returned to being angry. Then he picks me up by the collar, too. Rika, trying to stop it, you jerks, let her go. Rika, do you have a plan? No, I don't, but I'm trying to prove that this is nothing compared to the power I have now. If I can't deal with this situation, I'll never escape from my deadly fate. I rolled a die knowing that I was going to get. I knew that would be rolling a 6. The next moment, 2 men working overalls came up to the 3 delinquents and tapped them on the shoulders. Let go of her. She's just a little kid, you know. Who the hell are you? They started the fight. Shut up and go away. Those working men weren't just random people who were passing by. I knew who they were. Let's have a talk over there. One of the men pushed the 3 delinquents into the side of the street. The other man spoke to me in a calm voice. Are you okay, Rika-san? Thank you very much. You saved us. He lended me his hand so I could stand up. Off with you now. We'll take care of the rest. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. Are you sure we can go now? Yes, don't worry about us. So thank you very much. I can hardly believe that Kishi-san was so weak. Let's go, everyone. We got back on our bikes in a hurry and left the scene. They had no idea who saved us. We were glad that all 3 of us were saved. But all 3, where did I get that number from? Anyway, but I knew who they were. They must have been the security guards who worked for Takano. Takano kept their promise. Those guys are professional bodyguards. They only do what they ordered to do, but they'll make sure their mission is complete. If Takano told me to protect me, told him to protect me, that's the best protection I can get. After we left the scene, I went man with 2 men and it followed us. 90 now reporting R is moving to the safest zone. We will continue escorting her. This is Heron, roger that. Everything was working in my favor for the first time ever. The pedals seemed so light that day. I felt like I could fly into the sky if I wanted to. Okay, it looks like this is going to be the end of this video. We hit over the 1 hour mark, which is It's typically usual when it comes to, Higurashi videos and general stuff, but this is the first time in Chapter 7, Minagoroshi, that we broke that point. We've gotten close before, but, it's only, like the fourth video, something like that. We got a new tip, don't we? Yes, before the flight. Here's your plane ticket. Don't be late. You'll get the rest of the money when you get there. Thanks a lot, Mamma Mia. Is that what they said? I accidentally skipped over. Yeah, thank you. I've always wanted to go to Sapporo. Sapporo. Are you sure, Hojo, is suspicious of you? Don't worry, Hojo. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Okay, he's stupid. He's got a big dick and a big attitude, but that's all he's got going for him. Yeah, is that so? Next moment, they heard several cars coming toward them. The man looked out of the window and saw 3 black cars screeching. They hit to a halt by the apartment building. Several intimidating men emerged from those cars. So that even looked up toward the window. He quickly hid himself behind the curtain. Shit, they're here. Run. Are you serious? But why? Come on, Mamiya. They're going to kill you. They heard the men ran up the stairs. They sounded angry. Okay, well, that was a short tip. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.